This property I bought for $54,000 turned into a complete disaster and it had nothing to do with the renovation. I mean, nothing. Have you ever walked a property and said, I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna change that, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna lay this out, and everything seems like it's going fine until you open up a door and you see something and it doesn't even register that that's $50,000 problem. So you close the door and keep on going about your business. Well, that's what happened to me. So I can go over the numbers with you, and that's just a headache in itself, but I paid 54 for it. I put 30 in the renovations of it. I tried to burn. The ARV on paper was 120, but when it came back to me, it's 105. So I was upside down. I couldn't get out of the loan. I had to bring another like 25 to the table to just do the loan. I decided not to do that. I spent 85 to buy it cash, and I figured I'd pull my money back out of it with a refi, which I did. It brought my mortgage to like 720. So right now, I buried the property. I paid for it cash to get out of the hard money. Then I refinanced to pull that money back out, 80% of it, which left me with pull out 20% of it, which left me with a $720 mortgage. Those are the numbers, all right? The issue now becomes, look how I did this house, right? Decked out the kitchen, the bathroom. It was nice. The tenant moved in, my mortgage is $720, she's paying $1,275. The issue I started to notice now, the water, the ground stays saturated. And working on the inside of the house, I didn't pay attention to the outside of the house because after I painted it was the last thing. The water stayed saturated, so I had some French drains installed. That wasn't the issue. That didn't solve the issue, rather. Then I started looking in and I saw it had 2 manholes. Then I did some more research and found that it had a sewer line and a main line, water line that comes directly through the yard. I'm calling the city, and then I'm calling the water company, and ask them to come check these pipes because the ground is staying saturated. So they came out, they put the cameras down there, they didn't see any leaks. City came out, did the same thing. So they pretty much said, hey man, it's not leaking. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going back and forth with the city and the waterworks company about my yard, those 2 main water lines, and not having a solution. The water sits underneath the property, so when you start trapping the water, it finds its least path of resistance, meaning we just gonna go through the floor. The floor started buckling. When you walk into one of these rooms, the door is off the hinges. The floor is like this. You can see dressers and beds uneven. And I have a clue on what to do. I brought a guy to come in and do a French drain, and thinking the French drain was gonna solve the issue. So he dug up and he get $12,500. Oh, I got a machine, he said. He does a lot of talking. He put in the French drain, and there you can see the French drain like a little stream just trickling down. And then it's constant. Pump will fill up and shoot out. So it's not moving the water fast enough. And I'm telling them, like, hey, listen, man, it's a high water table. That pump, those drains, whatever need to be closer to the property so it can drain some of the water. And he's like, now we can put it right here because I've been doing this for 20 years, you know. They hit you with that, I've been doing this. Well, I've been in this particular property with this particular situation for the last year. Every day, And I feel like this need to be a little closer. Needless to say, I went with his experience, and now we just got a solution to a problem that's bigger than what he can handle. Paid him, got rid of him, brought in somebody else to come, and now they're doing what I asked them to do. They're digging a trench near the foundation. And as they dig, you can see the water fill up. So now that water has to go somewhere. So they're digging the trench from the corner of the house to the back of the yard, which is cool, about 30, 40 feet to daylight. Daylight is when you just let the water just run. The issue they're having is they want to put a dry well down or they want to run in the daylight. And I said, well, man, it's a manhole back there. You know, shit, in my head, drop it into the manhole. But that is technically illegal because it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the city. But I'm like, hey, man, screw the city. We can't do that. So that's where I'm at now with this property, right? 12.5, 12.7 actually for this French drain that isn't doing anything. Another 3,400 for this, technically another French drain around the house to get the water to come out. Once that's stabilized and the water is no longer affecting the house, I got to come in, dig up all the floors, re-pour the concrete, level it out, and then put the laminate flooring back down. And that was priced at $3,300. And as soon as that get done, that thing is going on the market, because one thing that you can't control is water. Kind of like Bruce Lee, be water. You can't control water. So the water get 2 months from now, 3 months from now, the water decide, hey man, I ain't really feeling this route. I want to go over here, and decide to push the floors back up. I'm screwed. So I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna put it on the market to be sold as is. And what I learned, if they don't ask you, you don't have to disclose it. If they ask me, hey man, what about this water issue, the standing water? Then it got to be disclosed, and then they got to choose if they want to buy it or don't they want to buy it. If they don't ask you, you don't have to disclose it. Obviously, if I would have knew that, then I would have asked, hey, what about this standing water? They would have told me, hey, it's sitting on a hot water table. But me, looking at the price, looking at it was already done, I can come in and do minimal amount of work. I'm like, hey, that's a steal. It has not been a steal. But that is my piece of advice. When you walk through a property and you decide that you want to take action and you're looking at everything it could be once you get done with it, take all the pictures and videos that you possibly can. Random videos, random pictures. Walk through the whole property. Don't say one thing about what you're going to do. Just document everything. And after you get done documenting it, watch it again. And watch for the cracks in the wall. Watch for the standing water. Watch for the uneven floors. Watch for outlets that kind of slightly discolored. Because that's going to tell you the story. That's going to tell you the true cost. Or hire an inspection, which I did. I hired a property inspector before I bought the property, and he said absolutely nothing about the standing water. I'm not sure if that's their job or not, but it was never disclosed, and I can't even tell you how much money I'm into this property for right now. But it's a lesson learned. Hey, to the next one.